you guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be a topic that I've been asked to do on other social media platforms, and it is partially informational. I will leave several links in the description box, so please, if you want more information on this, or you're curious, or you've never heard of it, or you just, want to kind of get more of an idea of what I'm talking about, just check the description box. There will be educational and informational links there. I have some notes ready so that I can make sure that I articulate what I'm trying to say well. But this topic is gentle parenting, and I practice gentle parenting, and I feel like a lot of people practice gentle parenting, but they don't necessarily know that they're practicing it or that there's a name for it. And there are some people who are genuinely curious about trying a different style of parenting if maybe the parenting style that you are using is not working for you or not working for your child. I definitely don't think that one style of parenting fits all. So here goes into my disclaimer. My disclaimer is this is not intended to shame or harass or hurt or offend anyone. At the end of the day, we're all going to go home and we're all going to parent and raise our families the way that we feel is best. So there is no me telling you that you need to do this or that this is what you need to be doing or that you're wrong for not following this style of parenting. And honestly, there is no room in the comment section for hate. So yeah, I mean, you're welcome to ask questions or start positive conversations, debates, get people talking in the comments. I would extremely love and welcome that, but there's really no reason to come to this video to be hateful, because I'm coming from a place of literally sharing my story, my thoughts, my feelings, and also some education that's backed by research. So yeah, that's my disclaimer. I hate having to do a disclaimer, but I have seen the effects that this topic had on my Facebook, so I can anticipate it's going to have the same effects on YouTube. Alright, so what is gentle parenting? And the basic definition that you will find online for gentle parenting is it is a scientific, evidence-based approach to raising confident and happy children. It is a parenting ethos characterized by the following tenets. So there's 4 main parts to gentle parenting: empathy, respect, understanding, and boundaries. Those are the 4 main important tenets to know about gentle parenting. What gentle parenting is not. So what it isn't. It is not permissive parenting. People tend to think that if you're a gentle parent, that means that you are a hippie, or you live a certain lifestyle, or you let your kids do whatever they want. They have cake for breakfast. They go around beating everybody up, and you just don't discipline them at all. And that is not the case. So just get that out of your head before we even begin this video, that gentle parenting is not permissive parenting. Okay, got it? Good. All right. So for a little background, there are 3 main recognized parenting styles. The first is authoritarian. Authoritarian. You guys, it's been a long day already, and the day is not even over. So this style of parenting expects too much of children. It doesn't acknowledge child development, like that some children are expected and able to do certain things. Like a 3-year-old obviously cannot be expected to do the same things as a 6 or 7-year-old developmentally. So they don't acknowledge that there's child development. They're big on punishment, and punishment and discipline are 2 separate things as well. That's also, I feel like, important to note, that punishment is to punish and discipline is more to guide, if that makes sense. I mean, there's way more to the actual definition of that, but that's the basics. So they're big on punishment, like spanking, timeouts, withholding things, taking things from kids, all of that. And again, I'm just reading what the definition is online. I'm not saying anything either way. I'm just explaining to you what it is. And there's also a lack of emotional connection. So then there is authoritative. So there's authoritarian, and there's authoritative, which is kind of like in the middle is how I would think of it. And they expect a lot from children, but it's age appropriate things that they are expecting. So what you're going to be expecting of your kid is like conducive to what age and what phase they're going through and what they can actually give, basically. There's an emotional connection, but there's also mutual respect. And then parents are guiding your children more than like being, you can think of it as like guiding like the shepherd and the sheep, that kind of analogy that I've seen before. You're guiding your kids to make the right choices instead of demanding that they make the right choices without fail. And that's the big difference there. And then the last thing that's big on that one is that discipline is more important than punishment. The other style of parenting I just mentioned is more on punishment, like punishing the child for doing wrong. And then this one is more about disciplining to help the child learn and grow from their choices. So hopefully this is all making sense so far to you guys. And the last style that's recognized is permissive. Permissive has low to no expectations of the child. It's not age appropriate because obviously there's no boundaries or anything that's tailored to the child's developmental age. Excuses child's behavior. There's a strong emotional attachment usually, but there's a lack of guidelines and structure. So gentle parenting is not the last one. Gentle parenting is not permissive parenting. There's 100% guidelines. There's 100% discipline in gentle parenting. It's just not the same kind of discipline as mainstream parenting, which is the authoritarian style where you spank, you withhold, you are like, you have just set expectations and they're not based all around like the child's developmental age. So hopefully this is making sense to you. I try to lay out the basis of like the different ways of thinking, and these are not my opinions that I just read. These are from a source online that I will share with you guys. Like I said, in the description box, everything will be there if you would like to learn more. And so the last part I really wanted to touch on is why do I follow gentle parenting and what does it mean to me? So from henceforward, these are all my own thoughts and own feelings, and they're not, there's not going to be any links or anything on that. I actually, usually most videos I make have a blog post to go along with it. I do not yet have a blog post on gentle parenting. I do, however, have a blog post on spanking and physical punishment. So I will link that. And it has a lot of scientific and scholarly sources within the blog post. So check those out if you want like the nitty-gritty scientific studies on physical, corporal punishment or spanking. So my feelings why I chose to gentle parent. I am also an attachment parent. And attachment parenting is basically like natural term breastfeeding or extended breastfeeding, co-sleeping, baby wearing. Basically the name attachment is that you are very closely physically bonded and emotionally bonded to your child. So gentle parenting kind of just went hand in hand with that. When I was kind of developing my parenting style, because parenting is an ongoing journey and who knows what I will have adapted or learned or researched in 5 years. But as I was adapting my current journey as a gentle parent or as an attachment parent, you guys, I need coffee badly. Gentle parenting just kind of fit really well with attachment parenting because attachment parenting is all about keeping the child close, being mutually respected, having age-appropriate boundaries and guidelines, and they just kind of fit in really well together. Because the main tenet of both of those is just to be peaceful and to be respectful and to have empathy. It would be very counterproductive of me to be to breastfeed and to baby wear and to want my kids close and to be very emotionally connected to my children, but also to hit them and degrade them and expect things from them that they were not age appropriate expectations. So for me, it just wasn't cohesive to practice any other style of parenting but gentle parenting. And there's also, if you're curious and you want more information about other styles of parenting that I kind of fall under, peaceful parenting is another that's kind of similar to gentle parenting, but it's all the same about being connected emotionally and age-appropriate boundaries and respect. But basically, I chose it because it just made sense and it was what's right for me as a parent. Everything that gentle parenting is fits with me. I want my kids to have, a schedule and have boundaries and to understand ethics and morality, but I don't want them to feel like they're being degraded or they're being restricted to the point where they can't be themselves and learn from their mistakes, because I feel like if you are so strict you don't let your children make any mistakes, they're not able to learn natural consequences. So really that's in the basis, in the nutshell, why I practice gentle parenting and what it means to me. It's really been extremely helpful. I actually have a gentle parenting group on Facebook that's very low-key. There's not that too much interaction. There's several questions, and I try to post a lot of information there. So if you're curious about the group and you'd like to join, it's a very quiet group, a very chill group, but if you would like to be in it, just leave a comment and I will make sure you get into the group. I don't want to broadcast it like I did my cloth diapering group, because the sad reality is there are people out there who are extremely hateful and violent and negative to their children and to other people, and that's not something I want to bring to the moms in my group or to myself. So some things to think about with gentle parenting. I'm not saying it is, again, it's not one size fits all, so I'm not going to expect that the way I parent is going to fit for you or your family or your children. It definitely is based off the child. But if you want to see more, check the description box. If you have any specific questions, I have tons of information on this topic. I am not myself trained in parenting or child development at all, but I pride myself on being extremely well versed in this topic: gentle parenting, peaceful parenting, attachment parenting. Those are things I am consistently learning about and sharing about. So hopefully you found this video helpful in some way. Hopefully you learned something new, and I cannot wait to talk to you guys again in the next video. But until then, I love you guys. Bye!